This is Morten from Inkish. We are celebrating Heidelberg's 175th anniversary here in Wiesloch in Germany. And besides meeting the people from Heidelberg, it's always good to meet good friends. Adrian from Müller Martini, you're one of them.
Morten, nice to see you again.
Welcome on Inkish.
Yeah.
I mean, you never miss you when you see your machines, right? They light up in this grey world, right?
You cannot miss them because this laser brew is so unique. You always can identify Müller Martini very clearly.
Yeah,
indeed.
One of the things I wanted to talk to you about is that obviously you are also a company with some years behind you, still going strong with some of the latest and newest innovations, and so is Heidelberg. I mean, but you have had a relationship with Heidelberg for many, many years, right?
Yeah, I mean, indeed, since we took over the assets in soft cover and saddle stitching and perfect binding, it's around 12 years since then. And over these years, a very good relationship and partnership has established with many different touch points. And one of them, for instance, is here, the installation of our saddle stitcher in the PMC here in Wiesloch, which we are very glad about that we can do this.
Yeah. When we look at the machines, why do you think it's a good fit in the Heidelberg world?
Well, basically, I think we have a common interest to showcase this machine here. For Heidelberg, it allows to show the end-to-end solution, so to really showcase in the PMC the production down to the final product, down to the final stitched magazine. And for us, of course, it gives us additional exposures. Heidelberg has many visitors here and gives us the chance to showcase the solutions we have. And we specifically put here a Prinova because the Prinova is the machine perfectly suited for the sheet fed printers, which are, of course, a major customer base of Heidelberg.
And I mean, when you look at the machines, I think the transformation that we have also, you and I, Volker and Bruno, we have been talking about that in many interviews all the time, that the transformation that Müller Martini has been through in the past 10, 15 years, going from newspaper productions and heat set production to digital to analog, like is really, really computerized and really, really smart. I mean, you've been part of that transformation, right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, from my origins, I'm a newspaper guy, indeed. So
I remember you told me actually.
Yeah, so I actually took part in all this transformation, and simply speaking, without this transformation, I don't think Müller Martini would still exist, or at least not in the form where we are today. So I think overall we have done a very successful transformation. We still maintain our traditional base. We still serve our classical offset customers because it's still a large volume of a large number of customers, a large installed base, and we need to serve them. We want to serve them, but on the other hand, we need to make sure that we establish solutions which fit into the digital world with the automation, with the requirements regarding operating personnel, reduction of operating personnel, reduction of skill level. All these key points which are, well, key factors to success in today's world, not only for us, but also for our customers.
Of course, yeah. Yesterday, there was a press conference before the event started yesterday, and I asked David Schmedding and Jürgen Otto about the situation in the world when we look at the US situation, for example, right? Are you able to, I mean, are you passing on the potential tariffs to the customers, or have you made a decision on how to work on that? And the reason I'm asking, I know we're talking about machines, it's just more like the efficiency gain that you have with the machines, of course, have to absorb some part of that potentially more increased pricing, right?
Yes. I mean, when we talk about the US market, we basically have two challenges. One is the tariff situation, where we, of course, are in discussions with the customers because by the terms and conditions, the tariffs are, in most cases, are up to the customers, but the customers are not willing or eager to pay 10% more immediately. And the other challenge is the currency fluctuation with the devaluation of the dollar, which makes our products even more expensive.
Because I saw this morning it's already down like 12-13% from the euro, right? So it is something that influences as much as the tariffs, but we don't talk so much about the currency.
Of course,
right?
the tariffs are in the focus, but the currency situation has at least the same impact on us.
Yeah.
Especially in the current situation with all this uncertainty, everyone goes into Swiss francs, so the Swiss francs become stronger and stronger, which makes the situation even worse.
Yeah. And what about, because I mean, obviously we spoke to Heidelberg about that as well. It's like, okay, then we have the emerging markets like South Africa, China, India, Latin America. Is that also something that you look more into now, or?
Well, it's not a either or, it's a we do everything. I mean, US market is and remains a very important market to us, and we try to cope with the challenges as good as we can. With all the uncertainties. On the other hand, we have markets such as Mexico, which is developing very well over the past 2-3 years. After a long period with very little investments. We have the Chinese market, which is still a very important market to us, but where we see increasing pressure from local competitors. And then we have markets such as Brazil, South Africa, India, which do not have the importance or the volume in terms of projects, but where we also try to cover the market intensively, so we catch the projects we can. Being aware that we are a premium supplier and it's difficult to compete to local suppliers if the customer only has very basic requirements. Then it's very difficult. We need to identify the customer requirements, and if the customer is forward-thinking, keen on automation, software, workflow automation, then we come into the game.
But I can't help think about the advantage you have, because I mean, with the Hunkler acquisition a few years ago, I mean, you're delivering end-to-end solutions both on the software and the hardware side. I also think that compared to, let's say, some of the Chinese and Indian manufacturers, you have a way closer relationship to the print OEMs, right? And therefore, I mean, when you make turnkey solutions, you know, everything maybe is a little, I wouldn't say hidden, but maybe a little bit more where you have like, what is the productivity gain of working into one? So is that something that you also talk to your print OEMs about, or?
Sure, yes, and I think that's one of the important gains from the Hunkler acquisition, that we have this much stronger relationship to the print OEMs, which opens us new doors, of course, gives us access to projects which we wouldn't have had access before. So this is this is definitely an important aspect for us as well.
Exciting times, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic.
It is and stays interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks, Morten.
Thank you, Adrian.